I know one of the things when President Trump won somewhat unexpectedly, given the polls in 2016, you said, hey, everyone should go see whoever the new president is, and we should engage with that person and see if we can be of good counsel and good advice. How well were you able to collaborate with President Trump in the midst of this pandemic, given that global health is something you've thought about for a long time?
My goal was to suggest that there are a lot of innovations, including in vaccines, that he could bring his name and his influence to bear on. Things like a universal flu vaccine, an HIV vaccine. And I did bring up pandemics at that time. Unfortunately, I wasn't persuasive enough. That did not become a priority for the U.S. government. In fact, some of the work in that area actually got de-staffed. So I'll try again. We've got new leadership coming in, and I think President Biden will be more open to this, working with the world to cut down diseases and being ready for the next pandemic.
I know you've been focusing on the question of pandemics for a long time. What has surprised you the most about this particular pandemic?
We've had, by all measures, one of the worst pandemics of any country in the entire world. I would have expected the U.S. to lead the way in terms of getting the testing ramped up and making sure that the numbers never got very large. And I would have expected the CDC to be the voice explaining how things like masks really do make a huge difference.
Are there other parts of the world who you think we can learn from who did a particularly good job in responding to COVID-19?
South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong. Most of Asia have not had as bad an epidemic, and they've been able to, even when the infection rates are fairly low, to get incredible compliance on things like mask wearing.
And even beyond mask wearing and the vaccine, are there one or two other significant things that you would love to see us aggressively consider?
Well, our behavior is what creates this exposure. And I know people are fatigued, but behavior is super important. We're hoping that this therapeutic called monoclonal antibodies can prove to work out. All these tools are coming right. We wish we'd had them at the beginning. Even new ways of doing testing are going to start to show up, but mostly that'll be valuable for the next pandemic.
How do you see that next pandemic?
We may, have to be a lot better next time this happens. Very unpredictable. We have to have better surveillance out there. If we'd caught in the month of December exactly what was going on, it might not have spread to so many countries.
And do you see collaboration with China? Because this time around, it felt like there wasn't strong enough collaboration with China.
U.S.-China is challenging. I do think the new president will take us back into the WHO, which is that coordinating body and plays a very important role. So that'll be, super helpful. General view that by working with each other, that is a way of helping America. I think the new president has that more of a mindset as opposed to a very zero-sum, if you're doing well, it must be because I was too nice to you point of view.
Hey, tune into the Carlos Watson Show. It's like no other. You're going to enjoy it every weekday on YouTube.